Hello and welcome back to Rich Reviews. We've become into a little bit of a problem with my car. It's due to go to a show this weekend and race on the track, but I took it out on Sunday and ended up breaking the engine mount for the car. So what I've done is I've undone these two bolts. I've removed the cover obviously, and I've undone the pipe which was just on these metal clips that hold it in place. Now, as you can see down there, we've got a bolt showing which is obviously sheared off of this mount, which is mounted to the engine. So what I need to do is undo the bolts, which there is not a great deal of room anywhere in this engine bay, as you can see. So what I might have to do first is remove this out the way, get this out the way, and maybe even this, just to give me some more room. It's not something I've done before, not a mechanic by any means, but we'll give it a go anyway, just to see if we can get this to be fixed by the weekend. So next job, I think we will remove this and move this out the way. That way we can get more access to that engine mount down there. Okay, so I've undone the 16mm socket on there, or the nut on there. I've just undone these were T30s, and that's just to pull this out the way because I need access to the alternator now to try and get whatever part that is to fit onto there. This is why it went, it's because this is not even fixed in properly, so I need to take this off or tighten it right up before I can fit that bit up. But I think the part that's broken is this part here, so I need to try and source one of those, maybe part of this as well, but until I've undone all that I won't have a clue. So next stage is to move this lot out the way, and then I can start to find out how to take the alternator off. Okay, so I've removed tensioner, and that was two 13mm sockets just down here to remove. So as you can see now, I've moved all this. It's this part here that's broken, which also holds on the water or steering pump here, so we need to remove that to be all off then. Obviously remove the belt once we've done the tensioner. To remove the tensioner, use a 16mm spanner over there and just turn it, and that takes the tension off. So the next job I believe is to take that, it's either power steering or water pump off. Not 100% sure. Looks like a water pump, seeing as that's water. So yeah. So yeah, take that off, and then we can take that whole bracket off and replace it. I hope. It looks like it's held on here. I need to unscrew these bits down here. I think there's 1, 2 there, and maybe one over there. I've undone the alternator. I may undo the electrical connector, and then that way I can lift that out completely. That's probably the best way of doing it. So next job, to take the alternator out completely, and then it'll give us more access. So I've just undone this bracket here, which was held in by a 13mm screw. So we can move this out of the way somehow now. There you go. That probably unclips from there, make it easier. And as you can see, that's where it's snapped off. But I think it is part of the bloody engine mount, by the looks of things, unless that actually unscrews. If we oh yeah, it does. Oh, we might be in a bit of luck then. That looks like it screws onto the side of the engine. So if we undo this screw here, which would be another 13mm, then we should be able to unbolt the alternator from there, and then unscrew that screw down there, and then take this part off, which is the one that's broken. So that'll be the next job. Okay, so I've removed that, so it's just this connector here, the mains or electric going into the alternator, and then there's just this clamp here that's held on by an 8mm. So that's out now, so we can move that out of the way. So the next job is to do this water pump, I believe, and that is held in by, I believe, this one here, and maybe one underneath. May be able to take this out without actually undoing all of that, but I'll give it a go and let you know in a minute. It's actually 32 degrees today, so it's blinking hot, but I'm cracking through it. Just got to get this off, you know. So next job, have a look at this water pump, see how we can undo that. Okay, so that's actually the air conditioning pump, so I've been advised not to undo that because obviously all the air will come out. It's not good to release that into the atmosphere, so I've undone this bolt here, which is a 13mm, and I believe there's one at the bottom we can access under the engine, and then hopefully that should then come out. So I'm going to access the other one from underneath the car now. That's quite a long bolt, stick that there.